Hey, what's going on, guys? As you guys already know, I am the UL driver here. Now, drivers, I just want to help you guys out a little bit on this video. And passengers, you can comment and, maybe share some of your, opinions or whatever, or what you guys think. Anyway, for even newcome drivers or even professional drivers at this, as you can always know, you can always teach an old dog new tricks. So just because you've been in the industry for a long time doesn't mean you can't learn something new. And this is very, very true throughout any profession. Now, like I and many others do, we take an idea and adapt it to our own, but we sometimes even tweak it to make it better, to make it something we're more comfortable with, which allows us to become driver. So just because I say this doesn't mean go out and do this. If you're not comfortable, a passenger or customer, whatever you want to call them. Sorry, call them. A little sick here, so I apologize. Call them will notice. I mean, anyone will actually really notice if you're faking it. They understand what is real and what isn't. If you're passionate about it and you like it, then yeah, people are going to notice. If you're like, I'm just here to fucking get the money and whatnot, and I apologize for that. I did not mean to curse there. I'm sorry. But they will notice if you're out just for the money. Then most likely they're probably not going to tip you and all these other things just because it could be in spite or they think it's funny or some stupid thing, you know what I mean? And it's all because you weren't comfortable. And they're like, obviously, we all know that we have to earn a living. We all have to pay our bills. We have to do something. And it's nice to have extra to be able to play around with, to use for our own needs. But that's the problem right there, is when you take money, 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 money into your job related area, whether it is because you're doing it for the money or whatever or not, you do not need to show it. That is step number one right there alone. By showing that you are someone that is money hungry, you're most likely just going to be able to get the rides money and that's it. And therefore, you have to push a lot harder to meet your quota, put your car, your vehicle under more stress, and chance on not, making enough. I mean, we're going to have to cover cost of our vehicle insurance, whatever we decide to get the passengers and whatnot and etc. That's totally up to you guys. But if you can't get the tips, then you guys have to push harder. And people will tell if you're passionate about something or whatnot, then a lot of people love to surround themselves around those kind of people. Tip number 2, you do not want to go ahead and start talking to the passenger like they're a freaking alien or something, like they don't matter. I mean, of course they do. Their feelings matter. They're human. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, do you want to be talked to like you're getting talked down to, or do you want to be talked at like a person, a friend? Now, that's another trick right there as part of this tip number 2, is talking to them as a friend. Don't be total silence. There are some people that you have to read the body language or how they're acting around you. If they're shy and they're just not want to be talkative, you'll find out that in just a few simple questions. Cracking up a joke easily at the beginning, if they don't laugh, which most people do, as long as you're a decent joker, I guess you could say. If they don't, then there's no humor born in that moment. And most likely they want to be left alone, and you're trying to make them as comfortable as possible either way. Tip number 3, right here, keeping your car clean. And what I mean by that does not mean just by visual. Like, oh my gosh, there's a speck of dust. Let me clean that. Oh yeah. No, not just that. That is part of it. car washes, inside your car, whatever. But also smells. And I know pastors can bring that into, I mean, don't make a comment about it. Don't say, "Oh, you smell." No, just be as kind to them, whether they stink or not. It could be of cigarettes, it could be some really bad odor. It doesn't matter. You don't need to make your car that way, and you don't need to make comments of that. Be respectful. That is another tip right there. Tip number 4, respect. You gotta have respect. You gotta give respect to earn respect. That's a two-way streak right there. Now, as far as keeping clean, even smell, I like to mention this. It's Febreze. It does wonders, and keep it where it's not like really overpowering Febreze smell or any other kind, because you don't want them to, oh, this smells good. I mean, yeah, and then to another person, oh, what is that smell? Even though it's the Febreze and a lot of people like that smell, it doesn't mean everyone will. So keep it to the neutral kind if you can. Now, I have another backup one that is allergy free, just in case of those, those passengers or whatever, to help them out. Now, this is up to you guys on this one. Ooh, out of focus for a second. This is up to you guys as drivers on your side if you choose to do this one. And I do, but I will not go past water because there's nothing else that actually keeps your car from getting messy. Now, respectfully, a lot of passengers, or most, or 99%, will take their trash, which is really nice. And we graciously thank you as a passenger that you do that. It's not necessary, but it is polite. And yeah, you want to treat it as if it's someone else's car and whatnot. You wouldn't leave your friend's car and make it all messy, or your family members or anyone else's. So why should you do that? Now, this is one of my tips right here to keep this from happening. If they tend to want to throw something away, have a garbage bag hooked into your car somewhere, whether it's in the back or the front or both. If you want to keep it from getting dirty, or you want to get a nice one, there's black ones that you can get, and you can get Velcro strips and stick it right to the back, and it makes it less noticeable. It's made out of like a certain material, and you can put a bag inside that or whatever, and it doesn't annoy the passenger. And it's a flexible bag, so it's really easy. Small, makes it more convenient, and you could just easily, clean or take out the trash once in a while. It's part of the job, whether it's you needing to throw something away or the passenger. I think this one's tip number 6, charging station. It's important. As I showed in the previous video before this, I ended up going to get this, and I'm going to do a really nice review on this because I like this one. I'll get more in depth on the review. But as you guys already seen, and I'll probably put like an icon or something, so you guys can see it. But as you guys already seen, I ended up getting myself the Power Pod, as I called it. I was being funny and goofy about it in that video. I thought it was funny. But this thing literally is really nice. I've only seen like maybe 1 or 2 bad reviews over how many people. And with every product, guys, I'm going to tell you this. Whether you're about to post that video or not about this, you will find a bad egg. But doesn't mean there's not going to be a dozen good eggs. Okay? Yes, I'm talking in riddles a little bit there, meaning basically one thing can be bad on it that could cause that issue, and other parts could not. I mean, I just think it's funny. Oh, we don't want to buy it now. Concentrate on what's good about it and talk about what's bad, and then talk about other ones that could be supplemented for or not. And what makes this one stand out over this? Why did you purchase this one in the first place? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I haven't had any issues, but I've seen bad reviews, just a few. out of lots of good reviews. So far it's been good. Now the warning and everything, the label says that you can't have it too long on the charging, but on this power pod, I've had no issues yet. It hasn't shocked anyone. It hasn't made any issues. Just in case, I got myself a first aid kit, which is another suggestion. I mean, you don't have to, but it's an extra bonus. That's another tip, is making sure you're prepared in other areas. And I'm going to count that one as called preparation, okay, tip. Yeah. And what I mean by preparation tip is, this is tip number 7, is that you have the means of certain things. Like, for instance, and this is not inside, this is like outside too, like jumper cables in case your car goes down. You want to be able to get out of a sticky situation, maybe like chains or something, all-weather tires, like windshield scraper. An extra blanket doesn't hurt, you know what I mean? Especially for those long trips in winters. Maybe they're tired in the back. Offering that, you know, just being nice, that goes a long ways. Waters. I mean, I understand the stuff comes out of your pocket. Awkward. Now, sorry guys. That was one of my neighbors. I live in the apartment complex, and one of my neighbors just pulled up. It was just a little awkward for me, and I just, oh, whoo. Okay, let's get back to the tips. Sorry about that. Whew. Anyway, having those extra things are really nice and whatnot. Having like an extra like portable vacuum, those are really nice. I mean, I can understand at first it could get costly and you have to get some rides in first. Yes, it's understandable. Kleenex, you don't have to have these things, but having these extra things makes you stand out more and whatnot. And they give you higher chances of getting better ratings and getting more tips. I noticed once I combined all these things. As you could tell, I put these leather seatings because my seats are not made out of leather. So it helps me out. For those that have leather, you don't have to really worry about that. But the ones that don't, I'm telling you, I mean, these can get really pricey. But these ones I picked up at AutoZone for like about around 50, 60 bucks. I mean, I think it's worth it. I can put in label of all these things down below that will help you out. And I'll try to find price ranges in other areas. But I can't exactly guarantee I'm going to find you the cheap price range on like something like this, when you're probably going to have to go to AutoZone yourself just to find it. But I will try my best and see if I can get you even a direct link to where I got it or something. But besides the point is making your car stand out with nicer stuff, leathering it up like I did. I did it with the floor mats. I did it with the leather seats. I got already leather on all my other stuff. Why not? And most popular cars usually nowadays are what? Honda Civics, and, you know, more gas-saving cars, which already have nice features in them in the first place. As you guys already notice that drive with me, I don't normally go cheap, so yes, it is appreciated when you guys do, you know, supply an extra, you know, amount. That's up to you guys. But in the all matter of respect, I think that these tips will help you guys out and adapt yourself on getting better. Shoot, what was that tip number 8? Tip number 8. I think I've already went through talking to them properly. Polite. Oh yeah. I'm going to give you tip number 8 right here. This is called my 4 main ingredients. Now, the reason I call that instead of 4 questions, because they are not 4 questions. I mean, think about it. How's the temperature? That's a question. That's one of them. And then go off baseline saying, is there anything I can do to make this temperature more comfortable or anything? Let me know. That's simple. You don't have to go any further than that. Don't go more detail. Oh, it's a little hot for myself. Is there anything better I can do? No. Like I said, this is for the passenger, not you. I mean, don't make it where unbearable that you're going to pass out. That's not going to be any good for anyone. But still, you don't need to complain about it. Try to keep the complaint down to the lower end, okay? Passengers will connect with you and understand. So, temperature was one of the questions, or the 4 main ingredients. I call them 4 main ingredients for a reason. I tell them, hey, I got some water back there. You could use that too. Or you say, I have some water. Go ahead and help yourself to it. That's the main ingredient. That's not a question. You can make it in a question. Would you like some water? I just think it's much more easier and simplified if you say, hey, I got some waters back there for my passengers. Go ahead and take one. They should be still cold. I mean, look at how simple and nice that was. It might have been a little bit more stretched, but it was nice. Ingredient, second ingredient. Charging station. It's obvious that they know you have a charging station. They can see it. If you have what I have, they can see it right off the seat. But to make it more obvious and more cooler, because a lot of people don't pay attention, even if they do or don't, it's kind of nice that you're caring, that you're telling about it. And you tell them what it says on the website, 4 times faster charger. They will notice and love you for it. Trust me. Now, I do this. I get some extra cords and I plug the 3 duplicate cords that I got from that power pod even up here. Because by doing that, I give the person in the front the option, because they can't just go like this and tear it behind. That thing doesn't get that far, but just enough for them to deal with in the back. Now, I think that's great. I don't think it should be easy for them to just go like this. I think there should be something up front to help them out in the first place, which is really nice. So if you get another charging piece that goes in the front that you can plug in that has all 3, perfect. Your choice on how you do that one. But I like to point that out and be nice. Yeah, it creates a little bit more wires, but trust me, if you need it up just right, it doesn't make too much big problem. My 4th main ingredient is basically saying, and remember, you guys can adapt at any time and create your own, is, what would you like to listen to? I got the radio here, or I got an auxiliary cord. And yes, use an auxiliary cord. If you got an auxiliary cord, please plug it in or get one. It would help you so much with passengers. It really does. It's not even funny. Or if you have Amazon Prime or something, or you could play in the background, be like, oh, you like listen to this? Here, let me plug it in really quick. Okay, now we can jam out while we're going all the way to your destination or wherever you want me to take you. Right? Come on. Anyway, these are all obvious things I can understand, but you'll be amazed on how many people do not pay attention. And I can go more in detail or help you guys out, or if you have questions or you want to see something else, let me know down there. I'm here to help out the community, so please tell me what your thoughts, or if you have any questions or anything down in the comments, because I'm trying to do better by the community. I'm not doing this actually for the money. Heck, I just started this channel. New policies are, I can't make AdSense until I fit them, and most likely this channel's not going to blow up anytime soon. I won't get enough to make it, and most likely I won't be at that point. So I'm absolutely here to help you guys out. I have other channels that are doing me, favors and stuff. It's making my stuff out there. But for this, I'm not posting on that. I'm doing this for you guys. And yes, it is appreciate that you guys do share and stuff. And if you guys want to be more knowledgeable, get more help, and see reviews and other stuff on products that help you with driving and whatnot, please let me know in the comments below. It'll help out the community more. Anyway, if you guys want to follow me, hit that sub button off to the side, and we can chat later. We can always, come back and enjoy some more of these videos. Hopefully they help you guys out. And before I leave on this one, there are some other drivers out there that I like. One of them that I mainly watch is Rideshare Professor, and he goes through quite a bit of different things that help you out. And believe it or not, I didn't, when I started doing this, even though I was a server, I was still a really, really rookie. So by getting help from guys like this, and hopefully me, you guys learn to become from that rookie stage in fast, in like no flat time, to like that professional. And trust me, passengers will be happy with you if you are, because no one really like I think it makes the passengers nervous when they notice you're an actual rookie, because you tend to make more mistakes. But enough for now. I hope to see you guys in the future video. Thanks for watching.